Everybody at the plant recognizes him as an expert, and he doesn't have to go out of town. He can even stay in town, and he's an expert. So let me really emphasize the real expert that we have with us tonight. So John, I think all of the people that are here have worked with you for so many years that we all accept that as a fact. And I wanted to bring that out to all of your family and your friends that are here, and we really do see John as an expert. So if you look back at John's 20 years, and you ask and say, well, what is he an expert at? Electronics, vacuum systems, E-beam welders, whatever we've got at the plant, John really turned out to be our expert. Now, I've worked with John for the last year closely, but for about the last 25 years I've been at the plant, and it didn't take long to really understand and know John's expertise at that plant. What you heard is kind of being put on as puns. Those really are facts. Those are really the kind of things that John Howell added to our department. So he really does have that expertise. I went back, the other thing that the last manager inherits is the folder. Well, let me tell you, John's folder is about that thick. So I kind of paged through that folder. And one thing I couldn't find on all of the managers that have appraised him, couldn't find any fully satisfactory appraisals. I did find something like 21 excellents and 13 outstandings, which I want. So that is the kind of performance that John has put out. I've gone through a lot of folders, well, some folders. I have not seen that kind of performance appraisal from that many people. So you ask yourself, well, who were these appraisers? You might question my ability to appraise an engineer, but how about guys like Wilson, Bob Wilson, Don Allman, Marv Osborne, Bruce Belknap? These are all guys that really are recognized as knowing our product in our department, and John was recognized by these people as having performed in that kind of with that kind of an output. Super kind of guy. You ask yourself, what else do you do? He's got 9 patents. I guess I didn't look back at what they are, but I'm sure they're all very worthwhile. He's been recognized with magazine articles. Got nominated for the Steinmetz Award. That's a company award that you really don't get forward into the in the G Corporation until you do have the recognition that John had deserved. So let me just kind of close out and say that we're going to miss John. I did do this though. I wrote a letter and said I want to retain his clearance, because we're probably going to want to bring John back for some of those problems. And I think everybody feels a lot better at the plant that we do have that set up for him. So I don't know what's going to happen, but when we see that floating problem that doesn't get solved, stand by the phone, John. It's coming. So for 39 years and 6 months, you do get a plaque, John. Come on up, John. I think most of you have maybe had these read to you before. Let me read it for everybody, though. To honor your dedication, General Electric Company takes pride in recognizing John F. Howell, April 1990, which is, of course, your retirement date, with special appreciation for your many contributions during this distinguished career. 39 years and 6 months. John, there you go. Signed by Dick Abington, our general manager, saying about the 39 years and 6 months. So you can carry that. But John, I think we'll all recognize you as the expert that you are. Does anybody want the podium before we let John get up here? John, you have it.
Okay. All right.
Go get him, John.
Well, I didn't expect everybody to be so nice. I have to tell you that I was prepared to remove some names from my will. Well, after you've been working a long time, you have to make a decision to quit or not to quit. But of course, all these TSA banks and tiger teams and all did help make it easier. But of course, then once you decide to make the move, then you have to decide which. So I thought I'd stay within recent management's decision-making policy and the spirit of it, and do it on an April Fool's Day. I want to thank everyone for coming, retirees, and friends, and fellow workers, my family. See the the manager of manufacturing is here, as well as my manager and so forth. I appreciate every one of you coming. Feel honored. Well, I hope none of you are going to feel sorry for me, because I'm going to be spending full time with my pretty wife over here, and I feel that's good duty, and I can't be anything wrong with that. Well, my wife is not only good look along, but she's a good cook. Well, speaking of housekeeping, I have to tell you about a neighbor of mine. This guy was always complaining about his wife's housekeeping. And I went on, I heard it a long time, and I finally decided, I'm going to speak up. So I says, I don't know what you're complaining about. Your house always looks nice to me. He says, you just don't know what I go through. He says, 50% of the time when I want to take a leak, my wife's got dishes in the sink. My wife much better housekeeper than that. I don't have a problem at all. Well, it's been very interesting working all these years. I think if you're interested in technical things, all the big developments that we've seen were a real joy to be there when they happen, like Pollard's land film, and when I first started, the fastest oscilloscope you could get was 1 megahertz, and we used to spend a lot of time in the dark room developing films. So there's been a lot of good technical stuff: transistors, integrated circuits, lasers, and computers, and what have you. And I assume the next 39 years or so will be equally as good. I want to say that the people in GE have been wonderful. I've appreciated it. I've enjoyed working with you. If I've ever, in enthusiasm, hurt anyone or anything I want you to know I didn't intend to. You've all been good. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you, folks. That's the program. Good job, Mark. Thank you, Charlie. Good. You're next.
Keep it going, huh?